Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at 5 a.m. and we are on Code Blocks Part 2. Okay. We had a great question this morning. Elijah said, hey, what happens when I get those little warning signs? Those warning signs mean you've got something wrong with your code. A lot of times it's duplications, and it doesn't like duplications like this guy here. So now I have two BT undos, right? What's the problem with having two BT undos? It doesn't. The computer doesn't know which one's the right one. Are you with me? It doesn't know which one to execute when you hit BT undo. Are you going to do this one, or are you going to do that one? Are you with me? So you're confusing it. Okay, so it's like you having two cell phone. You're two people having the exact same cell phone number. Who gets called when you dial the number? Which one does it go to? Who's the right one? Okay, does that make sense? So you don't want to confuse the computer. All right, so let's go have some fun today, and let's go. What do we have to do today? Remember, this is your checklist. What's not working right now? Anybody tell me? Yeah. The mystery button's not working. We got to get that done today, right? Do you guys see how this becomes your checklist? Is that hard to do? No, this becomes your checklist. We got to get the mystery button to work. What else doesn't work? Yeah, the microphone, the voice button. Okay, so we'll do some voice recognition today. And the share button. Okay, does the camera work? Yeah. Does the sound work? No, so we don't have sound playing today. Maybe we can get into sound today or tomorrow. Speech recognizer, we'll do that when we get into voice. Text to speech. Do we have any text to speech yet? Oh, man. Let's go do my text to speech right now. Let's go have some fun. All right. So we got to get text to speech working. The accelerometer doesn't work. And the share button doesn't work. All right, so let's go back into blocks. What just happened? Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What? That was just our first one. We were playing around with it. Yeah. All right, so I'm debating here what I want to do first. All right, let's go ahead and do the mystery button, okay? So you're going to go ahead and click on your BTN mystery button. Everybody get that? Right? And what are we going to put in here? Okay, so the mystery button is selecting an RGB value, okay? So what you want to do here is we want to do this, so I can duplicate this, right? But instead of me putting in red, I'm going to make my own color. So I'm going to go to colors, and I'm going to make my own color. Okay, now, do you guys see how it's 25500 here? Okay, that is red because this is an RGB value. So let me start commenting this. You guys don't have to do this. You can if you want. But I'm going to start commenting this, okay? So we're going to put in an Rgb method, okay? And does anybody know what RGB stands for? Yeah. Red, green, blue. That's correct. So RGB stands for red, green, blue. Every single color that you see on this computer screen right now, every color you see in a computer or on a TV is made from an RGB value, okay? So what this does is that the red is going to go from 0 to 255, okay? So I'll just put an arrow here. The reds go from 0 to 255, okay? The greens go from 0 to 255. And the blues, anybody want to guess what the blues go from? 0 to 255. So, mathematically, 0 to 255 is 256 different numbers. Are you with me on that? Why? Because 0 is a choice also. Are you with me? If I put in 0, 0, 0, I got to think about this. 0, 0, 0 is no color. Which one's no color? Black or white? It's either white or black. I can't remember, okay? If you put in 0, 0, 0 and have no color, I think you get black. If you put in all the colors, 255, 255, 255, I think you get white. Okay, go check it. You can Google it, okay? Okay, so what this comes out to be is 256 times 256 times 256 different color choices, which equals, does anybody know what that equals? I don't know why I can remember this. It's 16,777,216 different colors in a computer screen. Okay? Are you guys with me on that? So when we randomly select a color, we're going to randomly pick between 16 million colors, almost 17 million. If you round up 16.7. You guys with me on that? So we're going to get rid of this because if I just put in 255.00, I'm going to get all red. This is saying, do you guys see this? This is saying, hey, I want all the red paint poured in. I don't want any green paint poured in, and I don't want any blue paint poured in. Are you with me on that? Because this first one up here is the R, this one here is the G, and this one here is the B. Okay, who's with me so far? All right. So what we want to do is go to our math box, and do you remember the random integer yesterday? Okay. Put this guy over here. All right, here we go. So there's my random integer. So I'm going to go from 0 to 255 here. And then this 100 is going to go from 255. And then I'm going to copy and paste that and put it in 3 times. So that's red, that's green, and that's blue. So if you would go in here to your computer and go to Google. Come on, computer. And if you type in Rgb Color Picker, do you guys see it? And then here's an RGB color value, okay? So this is a slider. Okay, do you guys see the RGBs here? I'm on 86, 66, 244. That's 86 red, 66 green, and 244 blue. So there's a lot of blue in here, and guess what? Guess what I get? A lot of blue, right? What happens if I go to all? Where's white at? What? I can't find white. But you guys, if you click on this, it gives you all the RGBs. You with me? So do you guys see how you can select any one of these colors? And do you see how these colors change? Now this right here, this 617765, that's hexadecimal. You also have the HTML color picker here. You can convert those RGBs into HTML if you want. All right. So if you go to GIMP, here's another thing you can do. And do you guys remember going to GIMP the other day? Has anyone downloaded GIMP yet? Okay, go ahead and download GIMP at home. If you go to your color picker here, here's your RGBs also. Do you guys see that? So let's pick on a number here. Okay, let's go to red. There's red, 255.00. Do you guys see it right there? Let's go to this brown, 241. Let's go to white. What's white? Okay, so I was right. True white is 255, 255, 255. Okay, so that means black is what? 0, 0, 0. Right, so I was correct. No color is black. Caroline and I had this discussion the other day. She's like, black's not a color, right? Purple. See how it goes here? And then here's your HTML code. If you wanted to put this in HTML, you would go to this notation right here, NE08F0. That would give you this purple. All right. Who understands RGBs? That's your first lesson on RGBs. That's cool. So you guys can always go here and pick it. And then this is a color picker here. Let me show you this while I'm here in GIMP. You can color pick this. and then go here, and here's your RGB. All right, you guys with me on that? So the cool thing about it is you can make any color you want in MIT. Okay, I could set these to be any color that I want. I can show you how to do that. So let's say you didn't want this to just be red. Let's say you want a specialty color. You can go in here and I can make this go to, you don't have to just pick these 12, colors that are in here. Are you with me? You can make every single color on the RGB wheel. All you gotta do is tell it to go to that color. Okay? All right. Here we go. That was a long time on RGB. Where's my other guys at? There they are. Okay, now I want to show you how to do a procedure so we can do the accelerometer. I want to shake it and clear the screen. Okay, so we want to go to the procedures box. Did everybody see where it says procedures? Okay, and then what you do is you drag the procedure over here. Thumbs up if you got that. And then you want to click on the procedure, and I'm going to give it a name. Okay, so I want this procedure to be clear my screen, or clear my canvas. Okay, clear my canvas. Okay, so that's going to be to clear my canvas. All right, so that's this guy right here. So I'm going to take this code here out of the undo block and put it in here. Are you with me? Now guess what? This is missing code, right? So what do I need to call here? So if you go back to procedures, look in here now. Guess what's in here? Call. What's it going to do? Call clear my canvas. Okay, so why am I going to do that? Well, because the accelerometer is going to clear the canvas too. Okay, have you guys ever dialed a phone number in your phone and then you added it to your contacts? Why do you add it to your contacts? So you don't have to type it in again, right? Same thing with a procedure. If you add it to your contacts list, you do not have to type it in again. I don't have to do this code again. It's right here and clear my canvas. So watch this. I'm going to go down here to accelerometer, and I'm going to shake it. When shaking, what am I going to do? Call clear my canvas. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to, if I call clear my canvas, what's it going to do? Okay, clear canvas. All right, let's do some text-to-speech here. Yeah. What's that? Yeah. It's in procedures. Go back to your, so watch this. I'll do it again. Let's do another procedure over here. And I'm going to call this procedure, watch this. I'm going to call this procedure, okay, by the way, let's go over here. How many procedures do I have over here? Let's get rid of this. Okay. All right. Boom. How many procedures do I have over here? Just one, right? There's just one called clear my canvas. Are you with me? Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to call this that. See what I called it? I just typed some garbage, right? Watch this. Ready? Guess what's in here now? Call that. Are you with me? Procedures are they're built by the programmer. They can do whatever you want to do, okay? Let's say I had a procedure and I wanted to move Pac-Man, right? I would come over here and say move Pac-Man. Okay? Move Pac-Man. And now I have a procedure call that says move Pac-Man, and now I could just think on how do I move Pac-Man. Does that make sense? So I love procedure calls. They are wonderful. Learn how to do them. They are great. Okay? Because they can divide and conquer your program. All right, let's go do some text-to-speech. I'm going to go click on text-to-speech, and I'm going to put that in my canvas, clear my canvas, and I'm going to have Siri come on and say, canvas has been cleared. Canvas has been cleared. Why am I on caps locks? Maybe she'll do that angrily with an angry tone. Okay? So when you clear your canvas, what's Siri going to come on and say? Siri's going to come on and say, okay, canvas has been cleared. Okay? And this is where we could have some fun. I could go in here and say, Mr. Richter is awesome. You can say whatever you want in here. Are you with me on that? Okay? You see what I'm doing? All right, it's pretty cool. Let's go up here to red. What could Siri say when we go to red? What could Siri say when we go to red? Could she say something? So you go to text-to-speech again. Everybody see the text-to-speech purple call? Text-to-speech. Does everybody have text-to-speech? Okay, I'll do it again. You got to go down to text-to-speech. By the way, if you don't have text-to-speech in here, it's because you didn't add it to your GUI. You got to go back to your designer. You got to go back into your media folder. You got to add text-to-speech to your screen. Hello? Thumbs up if you've got text-to-speech on your screen. If you did not add it to your screen, are you going to be able to program it? The answer is no. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go down here, text-to-speech. What could she say when I click on the paint color? So you go get a text box, go get a quotes. What do you want her to say when you click on red? Paint color has been changed to what? Red. All right. And then I could say, Mr. Richter's awesome. All right. Let's copy and paste this. What could she say if it's changed to green? Paint color has been changed to green. Okay. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Go over here. What's she going to say if it's been changed to blue? Paint color has been changed to. No, I don't want to say that. I'm going to say blue ya. Blue ya. I'm going to say something funny. We can have some fun with Siri. Are you with me? Okay. And she's going to say blue ya. All right, let's go see if it works. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Question. With? You can't say everything. I cannot answer everything. You have to tell me what you need help with. Be specific. Okay, that's why I have videos. Are you with me? I have videos so you can go back and watch them. So, good question. The question has been, how do you get a comments? By the way, you guys don't have to have comments. I just do comments so when you watch the video and I explain what RGB values are, now that you can go back here and study a little bit about RGBs. Are you with me? Okay, so RGBs are red, green, blue. It's a method that looks like this. You're entering in 0 to 255 with red, 0 to 255 with green, 0 to 255 with blue. Okay. You don't have to have comments. And then there's 256 times 256 times 256 is 16,777,216 different colors. Are you with me on that? If you wanted to add a comment to something, which you don't have to, let's say I added one to this red. All you do is add comment, and you click on the question mark. Okay? And I could say something like, this block of code will change the canvas paint color to, what's it going to change it to? Red. Okay. Do you have to have that? No. Okay. If you want to, knock yourself out. Why would I do this? I would do this for people. Remember that when you program, you're going to be working on a team. The average is 8 people on your team. On a real IT company, you're going to be working with 8 people. So think about this. You guys are on teams of 4. Put the 2 teams of 4 together. That's who would be working on one app. All 8 of you. So if Helene is on my team, Helene, right? If Helene is on my team, I'm going to write a comment so that Helene knows what I was thinking here and trying to accomplish. Does that make sense? So then Holleen can come back and say, hey, guess what, Dan, your code's not correct. I see what you're thinking here, but your code's not correct. Guess what? It didn't work. All right. Or she could say, yeah, that works. I see what we're doing. Okay. All right. So let's go see if this works, because I should start hearing stuff now, right? So procedures are kind of cool because I can make a procedure for whatever I want. Let's say I want a procedure to end the game. Could I make a procedure to end the game? Could I make a procedure to start the game? Yeah, I can make a procedure to do whatever I want. Okay, canvas has been cleared. All right. Who's getting this? Who's not getting it? Okay. All right, great question. Chris, right? Chris has a great question. How do you make the circles smaller? You just go right here, this random integer, and just say, hey, I'm going to go 0 to 10. What are you going from on that? Are you going from like 1 to 100 and you didn't change your numbers? Well, what are your numbers on that random integer there? So 25 is going to be a 50. If you do hit 25, remember that's a radius, it's only half. So 25 radius is a 50 diameter. So if that's too big, just lower that number down to 10. You with me on that? You control that, so if it's too big, lower it. By the way, we did this. I don't know if we did this in this class. We added text. Do you guys want to add text to this? Watch this. Let's go back and have some fun here. Okay. Go back to your canvas, and we're going to draw a text. Watch this. This is going to be fun. Okay. So you guys remember how those little dots were showing up on the page? You guys remember that? We could also be like, that could be like a little bomb going off. Maybe like kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Okay. So what we did here is we went to text. Watch this. And I went kaboom. Okay. And then you could go and duplicate your previous X and previous Y here. And now you're going to draw a circle and it'll say kaboom everywhere you go. It'd be like you're dropping little bombs. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Okay, yeah. It does what? Houston, we have a problem then. If it only erases when you got to go back and check your code there. Did you misname your buttons? Go back to your GUI. Did you misname your buttons? Dylan, question. What? What about the canvas? Okay. What? What happens if I put Siri text to speech in my drag event? What happens if I put Siri in my drag event? Okay, let's go find out what happens if we put Siri in our text to speech here, okay? So every time I drag, she's going to come on and say kaboom. Okay? Watch this. Okay, I made so many changes you have to reset it. Okay. All right, so that was just a little bit of fun we did on the trash here. I said I trashed that picture. Smile next time, you may like it. All right. So we got to keep going here. We're getting loose on time, but we've had fun. How many people had fun this day? It was kind of fun. All right, let me show you how to do just a little bit of voice recognition. Are you ready? Okay, we're going to go click on the voice button. Okay, and the voice button calls the speech recognizer to go get your text. And then this is just like taking a picture. After you do the speech recognition, after getting text, you have to do something. Okay? What do you have to do? You have to figure out what they said. Are you with me on that? What did they say into the microphone? How many different things could someone say into a microphone? Billions, trillions, especially if you get languages involved. Are you with me? Okay. So this becomes a control if statement. Go to control and you do an if. Okay? If they said red, if they said green, if they said blue. Are you with me? We got to figure out what they said. So you got to do an if statement. So if they logically said, okay, so I want to get this result here. And if that result, if that result is equal to something that they said, okay, what did they say? Okay. All right. That's a quote box. Go to your text and get a quote box. That's right here. You hover over it. Hover over get results, and that's the result. The result is what they said. What did they say into the microphone? Okay? Now, here, okay, here is a great place to start making some procedures again. Okay, are you with me? So I could go in here and say, make a procedure that says change paint color to red. Are you with me? And then I could take all this right here and change the paint color to red. And then right here I can say change paint color to red. And then down here, guess what I can do? When they say red, what can I call? I can call change paint color to red. And it does the exact same thing. Are you with me? Now let's go do another call. We have clear my canvas, right? So what happens if I come down here to if, do you guys see this little blue box, the little blue button here? This is called a morph button. And this morph button, everybody know what morph means? Change. Who said that? Very nice. Morph means to change. Morph, mutate, okay? It's also called a mutator button. Mutate means to change, okay? So you're going to go click on this button, and this is going to be an else if, and I can do a bunch of else ifs here if I want, okay? And then I can copy and paste this. What happens if they said clear? What would I want to do if they say clear? What would I want to do? Results, you go right here and hover over it. What? It will. Just hover over result. Okay. If they say clear, I go to my procedures and say, hey, clear my canvas. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to clear my canvas. It's going to call this procedure call and do that. Clear my canvas, and it's going to say canvas has been cleared. Okay. What else could they say in here? It's in the green logic. If it's green, go look in your green box. Are you with me? They color code it. Does that make sense? Everybody getting that? Okay. What happens if they say blue? What could I do? If they say blue, then I can go back up here and make a procedure call that changes the paint color to blue. So I'm going to go up here, get a procedure call, and I'm going to say change paint color to blue. Okay, take all this, put it in there, go to procedure, There it is. Change it to blue. Come down here. And if they say blue, I can say change my paint color to blue, and guess what it does? I love procedure calls. Why do I love procedure calls? Because all I have to do is put in the procedure, and then I can call it anywhere in the program to do that procedure. Okay, I don't have to keep doing that code over and over and over again. Especially when you get code blocks that have like 100 blocks in them. Are you with me? Right now, we're just changing the paint color to blue. We're not doing a whole lot, but trust me, when you get into like 100 blocks of code, you don't want to copy and paste that code over again. Okay? Yeah. All you got to do is click on it, and then you just drag that over into the right-hand box. Drag it over into the box. You got to drag it over in here. See that? Now I have another one there. Okay. So let's put this one up here. What happens if they say erase? What do you think your user would want to do if they say erase? What do you think the user wants to do if they say erase? Clear the canvas, right? So is erase the same as clear? Yeah. So I'm going to go right here and say duplicate this, okay? Because you now have to think all the different things that they could say. What happens if they say change paint color to blue? Are you with me? We could make this voice recognition humongous. You could make it have infinite number of if statements. If they said change to red, if they said change my paint to red, if they said change it to blue, you know what I mean? Okay. All right. We've got 2 minutes left. Let's see if voice recognition works. And that should be it for today.